Hey, hey, hey! Good morning for some, good night for others, and a pleasant good afternoon for those of us here in Thailand. Today, we're honored to have you here with us on the first ever online graduation speech brought to you by the class of 2020. I am Camilo from Spain.
I'm Alia from Kenya.
I'm Leah from Jamaica.
Rita from Russia.
I'm Rituja from India. It's difficult to summarize what we've been through in these past 2 years. But when we think of our grade, we are reminded of the idea of transformation. In a phrase, it could be described as the coffin of the caterpillar is also the birth canal of the butterfly.
We began our journey located all over the world, and I mean across hemispheres, searching for different things, whether it be our identities, a purpose, or simply joy. And again, we gather here together from all over the world to celebrate not only the end to our roller coaster ride, but the beginning of our separate paths.
We started out like a caterpillar in the cocoon. We were clueless, but not as clueless as Crew Tim's homeroom class. We didn't know what to expect. We grew together, seeing each other take on challenges and unexplored directions. For some of us, this was exactly the road we picked, and for others, little did we know that this was where we wanted to be. Now that we have come to the end of the UWCT episode, the one where we thrived, flourished, and emerged, we would like to acknowledge that each one of us has changed in our own ways and are ready to begin a new chapter of our lives, like a butterfly flying out of its cocoon.
Those who have been here from the beginning and those who have joined at different points of time know entering UWC world wasn't smooth. We had to leave our previous social circles and be part of something new, something exciting, something adventurous. Joining a movement bigger than ourselves, a movement that uses education as a force to unite people, nations, and cultures for peace and a sustainable future. Looking back, it was a time of growth and transition, a time when we made those obstacles into priceless opportunities. Each of us battling with 10 deadlines all at once. Crew Suzanne and Crew Chris going on a wild goose chase with RIAs, and the EE drafts felt endless. All the times we chased dreams but never slept paid off in the end.
Reliving this time last year, we can be certain that we did not do this on our own. Our grade 12's leaving was dreary, as the majority of us depended on them for guidance. However, it was an opportunity for our class to learn how to better support one another, create stronger bonds, and to grow closer together. To be there for each other during a time when, how will we take this on alone? Strengthen our unity as a class.
However, novelty gave way to familiarity. The same business textbook in the corner, the same students asleep on the library couch, the same athletes running to Tanyapura late for training, the same students doodling in their notebooks during TOK, the same group dancing in front of Shaka, the same boy eagerly waiting outside of Crewland's office, and the same unwashed Shaka mugs in the salas.
These 2 years have filled with Friday night market dinners, Saturday hangouts at Naya, and Sundays catching up on all the assignments we spent Friday and Saturday avoiding. These 2 years have been filled with family and forging friendships that will last a lifetime.
Here, we have experienced diversity in all forms. Personality, perspective, culture, language, ethnicity, background, and community. We've been immersed in a multicultural environment where the stage erupted with dancing to rhythmic drum beats and enthusiastic shouts at the African Caribbean show. The Asian show, where we not only learned how to dance like a fisherman, but to do thumkas with all the suggestive looks during a Bollywood dance. At Eurovision, where we played beer pong with water and turned into Barbie girls and the villa into a Barbie world. And lastly, our Las Americas show. One definitely not like any other, where we celebrated in the skate park the vibrant history and culture of the region through the hoedown throwdown, displaying stereotypes about Caribbean islands and shaking our hips to the Colombian rastastas.
We embarked on this journey being completely different people to who we are now. For example, Samragia came here with long hair and will leave here bald. and Leah came with short hair and would leave here with long, luscious curls. As a group, we hold active and aspiring athletes, artists, entrepreneurs, performers, engineers, fashionistas, doctors, filmmakers, world travelers, global citizens, record breakers, Nobel Prize winners, and even a friend of Greta Thunberg.
We hosted the first Sustainability Week, Mental Health and Awareness Week, Crimes Against Humanity Week, Pan-African History Celebration Day, and conquered other unimaginable feats. A period of metamorphosis where to the outside it may seem like not much is happening, but here we know change occurs as fast as Phuket's weather. This magical place offers you a chance to rediscover yourself. A caterpillar turning into a butterfly, a chance to be reborn.
It is sometimes bittersweet to reminisce on those first few days when we arrived, saying I'm from Jamaica more than my own name, singing our throats dry at open mic nights with Lady running down to the riptide, and feeling loved at the Thai welcoming ceremony. Thursday thought nights understanding LGBTQ+ rights, table talks exploring the dangers of microaggression, and classroom discussions about Quran's family life, Crew Frederick's stories that make you feel like you haven't lived adventure, Crew Cameron's hatred for the patriarchy, staging interventions for Crew Suzanne's Coca-Cola addiction, and Crew Andrew Webb, who always plays devil's advocate, are just some memories we share that are guaranteed to bring nostalgia.
Now, the time to say goodbye to our UWC Thailand community has come. Yet, this 16th home, the growth accelerator immersed in the hilly jungles of Phuket, will always have a special place in our hearts.
Yes, it is tough, but as it is said and as we all have learned, the only constant is change. And an even bigger change is coming soon into our lives as we disperse into the real world, the world beyond our bubble, our cocoon, where we have been given a chance to experiment with our interests like ice skating, diving, green umbrella, and Muay Thai, just to name a few. To actively listen to one another without fear of judgment, to not only represent our countries in multicultural events, but to question and understand our beliefs, cultures, and heritage.
In our cocoon, we have learned to embody the UWC mission, one that can transcend to so many as a driving force for worldwide change of both mind and matter. It is also important to address our personal missions as we go forth. We've all had a different experience that has helped us to shape the change we want to see in the future. But now we must be that change. Now, when we leave here and after this pandemic, it will be especially important to be advocates of this mission of compassion as the world is in its own stage of metamorphosis. We've seen so many things come to a halt at the hands of this virus. Crime, injustice, deforestation, animal cruelty, even war, showing us that peace is attainable and that we can be the force towards a sustainable future.
We continued our grade 12's legacies, building upon their achievements, and we know that our Nongnongs will leave it better than how they found it. Because now, as we become butterflies, it is only the beginning of another new and different adventure. It reminds me of the butterfly effect, where the flap of their wings can create a hurricane on the other side of the world. Just like the effect, wherever we will be, whether it's a place that will be our home for the next 4 years, an exploration of the world beyond the land of smiles, diving straight into work, or taking a gap year, we will be connected in such a unique way, sparking change wherever our foot lands as we follow our dreams and desires, some of which this school has already made possible.
We would therefore like to thank you all for those who made our unique experience possible. To our parents, for your unconditional love and support. To our teachers and all teachers, not just for their work in the classroom, but spearheading this journey and believing in us no matter what grade you teach. To the boarding staff, for giving us a home away from home, a second family. To the host families, for warmly welcoming us into their lives.
To admin staff for operating this wonderful and diverse ecosystem. To leadership team for fighting for us through thick and thin. To PSG for strengthening our community. To housekeeping and security for shaping the school into a safe and comfortable surroundings. To Tanyapura for sharing your energetic environment and resources.
To our loyal omelette chefs that started our day with a smile and a full stomach. And to our fellow classmates of 2020, because class of 2020, we are proud of what we've built. We are proud of the legacy we've created and the community we've built. Our eyes are still curious, our minds still committed, and our hearts still hopeful. Class of 2020, we are and we will always be inspired. Thank you. Kapung Kap.